Have you wanted to interact with Label Studio using natural language? Today, I'm going to show you how using the Label Studio MCP server with Cursor. Let's get started. To start, you'll need a running instance of Label Studio. If you don't have Label Studio installed, you can install it using our Quick Start guide, shown here. Now, we'll open Cursor. It's important to note that while we're using Cursor in this example, the Label Studio MCP will work with any host you'd like to use. In Cursor, we'll click on the Settings button here in the upper right-hand corner. It's a little hard to see. And then choose MCP from the left-hand sidebar. Next, we'll select the Add New Global MCP Server button, shown here. This opens an mcp.json file, where you declare whatever MCP servers you'd like Cursor to have access to. If we go back to the Label Studio MCP Server GitHub page and scroll down to Configuration, you'll see the entire JSON that we need to copy and paste into the mcp.json file. You could copy the whole thing if you don't have any other servers to worry about, but here I'm just going to copy the Label Studio section and paste it between the two pink brackets in my MCP JSON. We can go ahead and save this file. In order for the MCP server to run, you'll need to update the environment variables that are relevant to your Label Studio instance. The first thing you'll need is your Label Studio API key. To get it, navigate to wherever your running Label Studio instance is. Click on the circle with your initials in it and click on Account and Settings. From there, scroll down to the Legacy Token section. Copy what you see here, I'm not going to show you mine for security reasons, and paste it between the quotes where it says your actual API key here. Then you can go ahead and delete this comment. Finally, if you're running Label Studio somewhere other than localhost 8080, you'll need to update this path as well. Once you've made these changes, you can save and close the file. Now, if we go back to the Cursor MCP settings, the Label Studio server should appear in the list. If we've set it up correctly, there will be a green dot next to it, and the list of available tools will appear below the name. You can see here that it's worked. That's all you need to do to set up your Label Studio MCP server. From here, there are a number of things that you can do. Let's say we want to get some information about a project we already have. And maybe we'll ask it, what projects do I have in Label Studio? You can see here that it's going to call the tool to go ahead and see what projects we have. We can go ahead and run that. We'll give it a second to think. And it knows that we have 3 projects that each contain 1 task. We can ask to see more detailed information, including exploring their configurations, tasks, or annotations. Let's explore the annotations. What tasks have annotations in small dockling? It's going to think for a minute. First, it's going to get a list of tasks in the project. It's going to use a tool for that. You can see that it has 1 task. It's going to see if there's any annotations. I happen to know that there are not, and that might confuse it a little bit. And now we can see that there are no annotations in this task yet, which is what's causing the error. We can also create a new project. Let's say, create a new project in Label Studio called MCP, make the project green in the project settings. We can go ahead and see that it's going to need a basic labeling config. We didn't provide one, so it's going to create one for us. Awesome. You can see that it's now been created, and if I go to my project and I refresh my page, you can see that now I have a new project called MCP. It is green, and it does exist. We could also do other things here, like add data, add annotations, add predictions, and more using natural language. For more about what you can do in the Label Studio MCP server, check the GitHub documentation. This repository is a work in progress with new tools being added, so check back for updates. That's it. By using the Label Studio MCP server alongside an MCP host like Cursor, you can quickly and easily interact with your Label Studio system using natural language. Happy labeling!